Hi everyone, I'm Andrew L. Frazier, and I want to show you my game that I'm working on. It's called Starfly, is the name of the game, and it's a 3D space combat simulator. Many of you are familiar with it. I think I still have about 18 subscribers who wanted to watch the Freelancer clone tutorial. And I am working on this game. I'm still working on it, and I want to show you a few of the features. So stay tuned. Check this out.
I hear you're finally old enough to become a star pilot. I'm Instructor Walren. I'm going to be teaching you a few things about piloting your first space vehicle. Before we get in the air, you're going to need a ship. Choose from these three vehicles. The one on the left is called Gemini. It's a defensive fighter. Powerful shields protect you from the onslaught of the enemy. The one in the middle is called Leo. It's a balanced fighter. And the one on the right is called Taurus. It's an offensive fighter. There are no shields on the Taurus.
So, this is the menu. You can see I can click here. I can use arrow keys as well. That allow me to select the ship. And let me select the Leo because that's the cheapest one.
So it's the Leo. The Leo is a thoroughbred balanced fighter. You really can't go wrong with this fighter. Are you sure you want the Leo?
The Leo is my favorite craft, even though it's the lowest priced. It is probably the best one in the demo so far. So I'm going to go ahead and select purchase. Now, the equip menu is going to show, and it's very interesting, but I haven't finished it. So it'll pop up a new menu, and there's really no way to back out of it, and I'll have to restart the game. So what I'm going to do is just hit fly. It comes with standard equipment, actually above standard equipment. It has a shield equipped with it, unlike the Taurus, which does not. The Taurus does not have a shield, but the other two do. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Leo. So I hit the fly button, and all of a sudden I'm in the air. So this, I wanted to show you guys this new engine that I've developed called the Obscentric. And this in the previous build contained this technology. And really what it does is allow map sizes to be much larger than constrained to the floating point precision of a map, which is about 200,000 units across. It's like a box with dimensions 200,000 units across. So I can fly the waypoint, and I'll show you guys here flying lasers. So you all might be a little confused and think that the ship actually just fires forward, but it actually doesn't. And I can show this to you now. I'm hitting the space lock, and the cursor's going to the side. The cursor's going to the side, and it fires in that direction. So this is actually, I think, all appropriately programmed. It's done right. So I'm going to show you. The lead indicator is aimed at this target on the left, and I've blown it up. And so you'll see these targets are still, but my movement actually changes the position of the lead indicator. And that's one thing that a lot of people miss when they're programming a game like this, is that they don't get the lead indicator right. And it's actually it's not a lot more difficult, but it's more difficult than you think it is. There are more variables than what you think is in the game. A lot of people can get around this by not having the cursor go off the center of the ship and just have it directed straight forward. That's how a lot of games solve this issue. But I feel like it's a cop-out, and if you really want to solve a tough problem, that is a great. So I could go to this waypoint, and there'll be moving targets. So I'll do that. But I'm using the turbo button now, which is purposely made to be super powerful. It's really fast. So these targets are moving, and I'm just gonna blow them up. So I did a lot of things right in this game, but the one thing that I didn't do is the waypoints. And I might actually trigger waypoints that shouldn't be triggered yet. But what I'm going to do is fly to this. It's not the moon. It's actually, the planet is almost as big as Earth. It's an ice planet based on, I got it on Space Unity. But what I'm going to show you is that planet is, if that were in a map, it looks like it's as far away as 1,000,000 units, which is 5 times the maximum dimension of a map. Far further than you could fly in a map, yet I'm flying to it. I am going towards this moon. Or this planet, this ice planet. And, so I'm getting closer and closer to it, and it is getting larger and larger. So I have just flown basically 1,000,000 units, and I can turn back, and everything's still there. If you can see the planet, if you can see planet Earth, it's still there. It's in the right location, and it's done with no load time. So this is completely consistent. There's no load times. There's no drag on the processor, really not a whole lot. And if I were to add a lot more units in here, I just have to make a slight alteration to my code, and everything would work just perfectly fine. So there's planet Earth, and I'm flying back to it, and that's 1,000,000 units that I just traveled. 1,000,000 units, and I'm flying back. So yeah, and I could do a lot more than 1,000,000 units. The overall map size, the dimension of one of the maps size of the map size dimension, each dimension is increased, multiplied by 4 times 10 to the 33. That's how much bigger. That's like 1,000,000,000,000 times 1,000,000,000,000 times 100,000 times bigger than the initial map size. And that's just one dimension. So it's really cubed that. So it's really like 6.4 times 10 to 100 is the overall map size increase in volume. And it's done quite, I don't want to give it away, but one day I will make a tutorial on this. Trust me, once I develop the game, I will make a tutorial on this, and I will show you how really this is done. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.